Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jonathan Afelio, and I'm contestant number 350. And today, I will be representing the opposition team of this motion. So, I would like to start off my speech by stating my rebuttals for the points that are stated by the government team. My first rebuttal is the government team never explained what is the definition of a curriculum and what is educational facilities and what is counted as a facility. Well, I would like to clarify that first. A curriculum is the standard to run the education system in a particular country that is set by the government, while facilities are the objects that support the running of the system and the curriculum. And these objects can range from phones, laptops, and computers, access to the internet, and teachers. Now, with that clarified, I would like to move on to my second rebuttal. Is that the government team told a story about one of their members that participated in a competition, but when they joined that competition, they got confused because the information that are taught to them by the teachers are not implemented in that competition, uh, because the teachers get their information from textbooks which they mention, which I don't think is a very strong argument, because these textbooks that these teachers learn from could be outdated, because unlike getting information from online websites or the internet that is always updated, a textbook will always hold the same information forever. So no matter how many times you change and reform the curriculum and over and over again, but the underdeveloped area still holds the old information that is held by this old textbook, it won't change anything because the teachers still learn and teach the way from this old book. So in the end, these teachers end up teaching the same thing to the students, which gets misinformed. And when they join the competition, they have no idea what they're doing. So instead, I think we should prioritize giving them the proper facilities to keep up with the updated information. We can give them, for example, like a laptop, a phone, computers, or maybe if they already have that, we can give them access to the internet, because not all schools have access to the internet. So, for my third rebuttal, the government team say that there will be a training of trainers. So these trainers also not only exist in the developed areas like cities, but also in underdeveloped areas. But this is a misconception from the government team, because creating more trainers for the underdeveloped area doesn't mean reforming the curriculum. It just means that they are increasing the amount of debating trainers who exist. It doesn't mean that they are changing the way of teaching. It doesn't mean that they are reforming the curriculum. It doesn't mean that that is new information. It just means that they are increasing the amount of facilities that exist in this underdeveloped area, and they are still teaching the same thing, the same old information to these students, because they are just increasing the amount of facilities and not reforming the curriculum. So this point that they stated should in fact belong to the opposition team and not belong to the government team. And with those rebuttals that I have stated, I would like to move on to my arguments on why I disagree that countries should prioritize reforming the curriculum over build up educational facilities. My first argument is because facilities are the bridge to getting the information across to the students. Because no matter how many times the curriculum is reformed, but if there is still no way to get this information across to the students, the information that is supposed to be taught to the students, nothing will change. Just imagine changing the curriculum, but the teachers in these underdeveloped areas never get the information because they don't have access to it. For example, if the curriculum is changed and it is announced through the internet, but these underdeveloped areas don't have access to the internet, so they don't know about this new curriculum. So they just still teach the old method to these students. And this leads to my second argument, that places that have better facilities tend to have better teaching methods. Have you ever noticed that most private schools that participate in a competition have a better chance of winning? But how? Because they have much smarter students than most public schools. And I don't mean anything offensive by this, but studies have shown that students that study in a place that provides better facilities tend to understand the materials better because the students feel engaged, they feel much more comfortable. Just imagine a science teacher. They are demonstrating how to make a DIY volcano to their students, uh, but they don't have the proper facilities. So the science teachers just end up explaining on the whiteboard, and the teachers that and the students just get bored of this. So, while more in while in other case, just imagine if those facilities actually exist, and these science teachers actually is capable of demonstrating how to make these DIY volcanoes to their students, and the students can actually try to make these DIY volcanoes. It stimulates them, their brain, to remembering and understanding these materials that are given by the teachers much more better because they are more engaged, they are active, they are interacting with the information, they are interacting with the information that is given by the teacher, so they get engaged and it stimulates their brain to remembering. Have you ever done something fun and then it stays on your memory for so long? That's because your brain is stimulated, your brain is having fun, your brain appreciates that memory, so it keeps that memory for a very very long time. And if uh, the teachers can also do this by demonstrating to them and making them actually practice, do actual practice instead of just watching teachers write on a whiteboard, teaching on a whiteboard, which is very boring for the students. uh, Doing that for hours, they're having to stare at the whiteboard and teachers writing for hours. Students can actually interact with the object and the information that is actually taught by the teachers, which makes them more engaged. So, in conclusion, I disagree that countries should prioritize reforming the curriculum over build-up of educational facilities because facilities are the bridge of getting information across, and there has been significant proof that places or schools that have better facilities tend to have a better teaching materials and smarter students. That's all for me. Thank you very much for your time.